1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's a few 4.
No, it's not that. It doesn't help that I'm playing it the old way. So, but
my butt.
I tried. I did A minor GD on the first one. Then the second one I dumped in what I used to do, and it's like, oh, with your G and D going under, it's nice. I'm having trouble with the 12 string. Number one, I can't mic the 12 string. I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
I got your solution. I know what to do.
Girl.
But continue.
I got to work at it. Anyway, this light's annoying. Hold on. So then I'm trying to come up with 12-string stuff, right? Okay. I go, all right, I'll catch the rhythm eventually. I'll work on recording it and whatever. Let me go to the electric side. So I tried something on the electric. I was doing, what's that tone called? Fender Vibra tone, you know. There's a patented name for it. Basically, it's tremolo.
Okay.
So I was doing that. And it's pretty cool. Not bad. But again, I was trying to almost do like a 50s guitar thing, like the old 50s blues tunes where they on the 2s and on the 2s and the 4s. I was trying to do that. And then I was trying to do some other shit, and anyway, I just kept falling off because you changed the chord structure at one point, and I'm like, fuck. That's what happens when you try to play off the fly, right?
I fucked up your most favorite song of all times, Enzo. I don't expect it to be an easy transition.
Oh, but I don't. But did you speed it up now on the second time? No.
It's on a click.
I know it's on a click. I followed it to start. I'm like, is he going to count in? Oh, bastard. Even that I have to do.
Oh, I didn't do a count-in track. That's right. I should have done it one.
You did your usual, like you said, you leave 3 bars. So I go, okay, he's on time, 118, I see it.
It always, for me, it's the same. When I plug into Cake, I hit record. I leave it by default. It has a 4-beat count-in before it starts recording. So it's 3 measures plus the one, whatever.
What possessed you to go after this one today?
So, as you know, I went back into the live broadcast. We're live, by the way. We're live. I went back to the live broadcasts, and I'm like, I got a note. I made notes, and I wanted to be due diligence guy. So I thought, you know what? I probably made a lot of promises that I haven't kept. So fuck this. I'm going to go keep my promises. And I went back and I said, there's probably a lot of shit that I said, drunken Polly. I'm going to fucking capitalize on that. So I went back. I went back to one episode. It was like the June 3rd or June 5th or whatever the fuck it was. And that was the episode. And I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed at my drunken blah, blah, blah. I was so annoyed listening to myself talk.
Which one is this?
It's the June 3rd or June 5th or June 9th.
What are we talking about? What, the lyrics? The one that you're going on about the lyrics?
No. Well, I mean, there was one of the live episodes. All I wanted to do was find the episode that I talked about bridges.
Bridges, okay.
Because you told me recently, Paul, go back and do bridges. Like you're supposed to do bridges based on what you said in that.
Okay. So what was it?
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go back and find it. And I went back and I found the episode. And so it's basically the whole fucking episode is me, blah, blah, blah. Like everyone, I'm watching all of you guys tolerating my fucking blabbing. Like, shut the fuck up, Thibaut. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Anyway,
like we're any
so
different.
It's fun. It's fun, but I was annoyed at myself.
Okay.
So I took a lot of notes. I took notes of every single thing that we said about every song in that episode.
Okay.
So I got notes for Night to Your Bishop and Breathless, and Take It As It Comes, and Got to Move On, and Bridges, Learning to See, and It's About Time. And today, I started the list. So I started with, as you know. And I finally moved on to, getting to where I was at the end of right now, which is I just posted.
Bridges?
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
At both Bridges. So it's very slow. It's 80 beats per minute.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be the whole band. The whole band.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So that's where I'm at. That's what I did. I said, fuck it. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. Because I was just so annoyed at listening to myself in that episode. Like, I was really annoyed. I was like, fucking shut up, T-Bone. God, I talk so much. But, I mean, it's in the envelope of having fun and drinking. And every one of us, if Steve were to listen to himself and say, oh, geez, I shouldn't have said that, whatever. But I'm very mouthy. I'm very mouthy.
More than me? No.
Yeah.
No.
I would say I'm 10 times more mouthy than anybody.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's fucking annoying. So I made a promise to myself to be a little less verbal. A little bit.
No, I need you verbal.
No, but verbal when it's important, not just blah, blah, blah. I'm so fucking annoying. So the live broadcasts are going to be a little bit less Tebow, a little bit more band.
Fine. Every week is different. Don't worry about that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Remember, it's like we said, we're not going to edit. It's the same thing. Don't edit yourself.
Yeah, that's true. It's easier when you don't have to edit. That's for sure.
Okay, so, yeah, I agree. It's cool. It's fine. It works. We just have to fix the ending.
All right. I don't know what to do for an outro because I know you didn't want to do a fade. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
Because I did something half-assed, and I'll try it again. But do you want to switch? Because you go from...
I just went back to the verse.
Yeah, but you threw in another change. You threw in an A minor G C D.
So I tried to respect... You had some original chord changes, so I kind of inverted them. You had a solo. I took out two solos.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I reconstituted the main solo in the middle, and I put it towards the end, but I inverted the last two. So I wanted to keep the chord changes that you had because they were good.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. So you're using the A, G, C, D, the part that we hum over. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the one that now appears last used to be in the middle.
The second part of the solo. Yes.
And so I put it down at the end. I'm like, I'll put it at the end. And I'm like, it's kind of a weird change. So coming out of that very last chorus, I thought, why not stay in the, is it A minor? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I just I took the middle one, put it to the end, and then I took the two ends and I inverted them. So.
Well, what do you want to do at the ending? Do you want to go on an extended jam or do you want to stop it like the original?
I think it's going to come down to, I don't know, we kind of need to jam it live. God forbid that I suggest that we get together and jam. But it would be fun to jam it out because, listen, I slowed it down a fuckload, like a fuckload. And I listened to that episode where I was yapping too much, but at the same time, I picked up a lot of notes from what Steve said and what Jim said, which is great because you and I talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important because you and I basically decide what the fuck is going to happen. But then I got a chance to listen to that episode. I'm like, Jim wanted, not, what was a Zeppelin song? He referred to Fool in the Rain.
Fool in the Rain, okay, yeah.
I went to listen to it, and I'm like, I get it. I know what he's talking about. And there's the reggae. Keep calling. It's a swing beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I took that feel and I squared it. Instead of swinging it, I squared it. Because if I swung it, it would have been an exact copy of Fool in the Rain.
Mm.
It
has that.
You can't. There's no mistaking it. If you do that, it's a ripoff.
Yes.
So I thought I'll square it. Dum 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 dum. So I went square instead of 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. And
fuck, this is annoying.
I think Steve at one point said something about, I can't remember what the fucking notes that I took about him, but he had a good comment about it. He said, the fuck was it? He said, funk it up. I want to funk it up a little bit. All right. Okay. So I didn't want to go the reggae 3-4 backbeat because it would be an instant ripoff of what Jim said. I'm like, fuck, I want to listen to what Jim said too because that's important. Every single cue that we get off of these guys, we're going to play on it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just you and me deciding everything, the fate of everybody. And so, anyway, I think I found a happy mix. That's why the tempo is what it is. And I just have a feeling that Steve's going to come up with a beat that's more relaxed. I have the lyrics. And it was hard because, like I said in my messenger, I want to pay ultimate respect to this song. It's very important to me. Very, very important. I think it's kind of probably what I might have said to you back in the studio 30 years ago. And just imagine, because I don't remember, but I would imagine that you would have said, well, here's the lyrics, they kind of suck. And I would have said, that's important. We have to fucking respect the lyrics. Let's do them exactly the way that they are. And so I did everything that I could to keep the lyrics as is. And now here I am, decades later, chopping the shit out of them. But I spent all day looking at those lyrics. Literally, I had column A, column B, and I knew I had to chop them. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to say what's in column A, which is 20 words, and I want to say it in 5 words in column B. How do I do that? How do I do it? I got to do it. I got to figure it out. Now, that's what I would practice all day. And so that was my challenge.
Wow.
And I tried as much as possible to respect the feel and anyway. So it's different for you when you listen to it, and it's fucked up. It's weird, but to my knowledge, it respects the emotional inspiration of column A. That was my goal.
It works. It absolutely works.
I just wanted that lyric to be like a punch, like the second line instead of pow, pow, and then a space. You can do whatever you guys want. You can fucking nail it with guitar,
Well, no, because the way you've played it, there's a syncopation, right? That's going on. So you got to kind of, you got to stick to it. That's why with the 12 string, I'm like, am I going to play exactly what he's playing? Or so I ended up just letting them ring. Just letting them ring over top. Like, okay.
Good.
So, all right, that's cool. And then on the next change, I'm like, And then I end up falling into the way I used to play it. So I'm like a half a second off the way you're playing. Oh, son of a bitch. And you hear me swearing. So that's why I didn't post it. Fuck! and the post, anyway. So you said you had a solution for the 12 string?
So miking it, I did a lot of research, and not just 12 string, but like on miking acoustic guitar. You had even mentioned the XY, right?
Yeah.
Where you got the mic 1, and that's the front. The mic 2.
You could do this one. You could do this one.
Right.
This one.
Right.
I think we've looked at the same guy.
But do you have 2 condensers?
Yes.
That are directional?
Yeah, they're pencil cardioids, so they're very tight.
Okay. So if you've got the cardioid condensers, that would be cool, because from what I learned is you got to avoid the sound hole. Don't point at the sound hole.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You're supposed
so
to.
If you're playing, you just basically got to point one at your 7th fret and the other one at the bridge, one on top of the other.
Okay.
And line 1, line 2, that's going to go to a stereo feed, and your stereo is going to sound. It's going to sound louder on the right because you're strumming there, which is fine. And it's going to sound a little bit light on the left because that's where you're fingering. So left, right. But it gives this cool feel. It's very cool. So you can boost the fret hand a little bit, boost the left by 3 dB, or reduce the other one by 3. And just record it raw and keep the EQ flat on both and see what happens. I think it would be kind of cool just to hear it, what it sounds like. The alternative to me is to back it. I mean, you don't have a ribbon mic. That's the problem.
No.
None of us can afford a ribbon mic. If we had a ribbon mic, the only thing that it would do is it would lop off the high end a little bit, and it would make it sound really mellow, I guess is the best word I could describe. So it's not essential, but it would be fun.
It would be interesting, yeah.
Replace that by taking one of your condensers and backing up 6 feet, pointing it right at the F hole, because it's going to pick up everything.
That was my next thing I'm going to try. Because the Taylor sounds great. And I'm just doing standard fucking a foot away, 12th fret, nothing special. And she sounds fun. 12 string is giving me major bass overtones. And I'm not the whole. I tried it fucking 6 inches off the neck. I tried it 2 feet off the neck, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go play. Maybe my mic is fucked. Maybe my XLR is fucked. Who knows? Tomorrow I'm gonna work on that.
Just back it up 4 feet. Go 4 feet.
Well, I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the atmospheric idea. Exactly. I'm gonna go back 4 feet and see how it sounds. Because it's driving me.
I bet you that'll do it.
It's driving me fucking bananas.
What's your condenser? What are you using? The Rhodes?
AKGs? Are they
AKG? Yeah, back up 4 feet.
Are they AKGs? Yeah, they're AKGs. Yes.
Park it 4 feet away and point it right at the F hole and plunk away. I bet you it'll sound fucking great. Roll off the highs, do a low pass, on your EQ, just a little minus 3 dB on the highs. I bet you it'll sound fucking amazing. What I found with what you did on the 12, when I said it sounded hot, it sounded like the mic was too close. Whatever mic you were using, exact same setup, backed up a foot or two, I bet you it would be like perfect. Perfect.
I think on that one, I was using the condenser and I was backed up on it. What I found is that there was too much of a phase shift. Sounds like it was shifting, but it's one mic, so I don't get it. You know what it is? I move when I play. That's the other problem.
That's where, okay, so that makes sense. You're using the cardioid field, and it's picking up gain here, and then when you move a foot, it's like.
Exactly. I don't move back and front, Paul. I swing, so that's even worse. You're getting that
same thing, because it's focused there. You're singing out. You're getting the Doppler effect.
Exactly. So that's what I gotta fucking remember when I'm doing the 12. For some reason, I don't do it as much with the Taylor, but with the 12.
But like you said, you pointed out very rightly that this is all guide tracks. It's all fucking experimentation. It's just for fun.
But I did buy the double mic stand purposely to do it.
Nice.
I have.
Nice.
It's like, okay, I gotta try it. But it's gonna take a whole fucking day. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But with the electric, it's fine. Now I just grab the 57, dump it in front of the twin. Okay.
Right.
Click, click, click. Let's go. And that thing sounds decent, even though it's fucking digital and whatever,
Yeah.
Did you hear that crazy that I posted?
Hey?
Did you listen to that other thing I posted today?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been very attentive to your posts.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an adventure.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope you didn't spend the whole day on checking them all out on Facebook. Not worth it for now.
Let me just say that the concentration that I've been putting into my online activity has been 99% based on Soulmasons.
Yeah.
I got a post today from a random person that I don't do Twitter very well, and for my cooking channel, I have one person that is, I won't say a religious follower, but a very astute follower of my impulsive culinary thing on Twitter. And I've been talking to that person privately saying, Twitter sucks. Twitter is about Trump. Twitter is a pain in the ass. I hate Twitter. And I'm telling you this because you are my only fan on Twitter. So, doing a private message with this person, I'm saying, why don't you go on Instagram? Like, why don't you go on Facebook? Like, because honestly, like, I don't care whether or not I keep you as a follower, because you're going to follow me on Twitter whether I ask you to or not. But wow, what a pain in the ass to have to come on Twitter just to keep you as a follower. I'm hoping to have 100 people. I've got 1,000 on Facebook. I got 500 on YouTube, and I have 1 on Twitter, and you're it. So I'm like, go somewhere else. Like, what are you doing on Twitter? That's the joke. So we have this stupid conversation. It's been 3 weeks. I didn't post anything, anywhere.
Yeah.
And this person posts back and says, I noticed you haven't posted in a while. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I thanked them. I said, thanks for checking. That's really cool. I appreciate it. It was kind of like almost like a respectful thing. I just really appreciate that. Very cool. My one Twitter fan, and it ended there. Like this. Go on Instagram because that's where I'll be.
No, I don't know it.
We're going to the truck. Let's go to the truck.
You going to the truck? Maybe I'll get a brew. Yeah.
Hit the truck.
Let me check if this thing is charged. I can unplug it. Fucking everything. I got the laptop. My wife's laptop is hibernating.
Oh, yeah.
I got to figure out how to fix that.
You can do it.
Hello. What did I just... Oh.
There we go. When I say hit the truck, I mean hit the patio.
Oh, yeah. The patio.
There we go. Life is good. Cheers, mi amigo.
Hold on. I'm
Santé et prospérité.
And cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Mm. The other two are okay.
So I'm pretty sure Steve is asleep. Jim is out with his brother.
No, Jim was on his way home and he said he'd join in when he got home.
Really?
Yeah, and Steve said he had something to do tonight. So, you know, Steve, he's cryptic.
Got a date?
Yeah. We're live, right? Okay, never mind.
Okay. If Steve has a date, we can announce it live. It's all good.
No, it's not that. I was gonna, say something else. But I'll be nice.
Okay. Our two viewers are dying to know what you wanted to say.
Exactly.
Too funny.
It's like that poor bastard that got fired for his tweets from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You heard of that, right?
Yeah.
I
I know exactly what you mean.
In 5 years from now, some fucking nitwit's gonna go, "Hey, did you see what those poor assholes said?" Yeah, I stand by. I said it then. I'll say it again. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, the idea that I was having, which may have run across if you went looking at our online postings, you were talking about doing a blues song a la Jimi Hendrix.
Right. Yeah,
right?
I remember that. I caught all of those notes, and I was kind of embarrassed at half of the shit that I said because I was really talking out of my ass for a lot of that. As you knew, and you politely allowed me to just say whatever the fuck I had to say. So
no. When you and Steve, where was it you went? Learning to see a la Green Day. I said, go fuck yourselves. I told you both, go fuck yourselves. I said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the notes that I have for Got to Move On are as such. You had originally mentioned, before we got into our monologue bullshit, or I got into my crap, you had rightly mentioned a second pulled back version. Like you wanted to keep the original and do a second pulled back version.
Right.
Which I originally think is a great idea. And so at one point, there's a bunch of monologue going on, and then we talked about the idea of maybe doing what was originally the main version as part one, and then Jim seemed excited about doing a part two, like a Zeppelin-esque, or this is like the song up until, and then we stop, and then we start with a part two, and we continue, to do two releases, which is kind of interesting. And then I went on this fucking 18-minute monologue about a Hendrix Healy version, and blah, whatever. So there's a lot of ideas there, but I would like to hear your Enzo, no bullshit, fucking, let's get back to basics. What is this about?
I think I posted today, that was the idea, that it would be the intro to Got to Move On.
Right. Yeah. But intro.
Well, you had said, but do a 2-minute blues song where you play every part one time and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, this this whole thing is just it's just a fucking beat mix. It's a time shift mix, and so I'd just be curious to know what you have to say about the cut through the crap. Like, let's do this. What do you want to do with it? Honestly,
With what?
we got to move on. Like, before we do version 2 and version 12 and all that shit. You know,
Well,
what do you want to do with it?
I like the song the way it is. For the little stuff I want to change, the intro and things here and there. But I like the song. The only thing is that the riff we do in between. You know, I'm like, is it too monotonous? Is it there too long? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Like during every line of the verse.
Yeah.
Regardless if we're on the first or the fifth. Okay.
It doesn't make a difference. Just that down, 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 we're always on.
No,
so there's a part of, we could break it up. We could do something. But I haven't found the right, I like the song. I like the speed. I like the way you sing it. I like the way what we play. It is what it is, right? It's a dirt fucking 3-chord. It's a shuffle. It's a 12-bar blues, man. That's all it is.
That's it. That's it. That's the nature of the song. Yeah.
But it works. The lyrics are cool. The way you sing it is cool. The way we play it is cool. It works. I'm just like, is it a little too monotonous? Is it a little bit too, because it makes it, again, one of those, and especially a blues song. A blues song should have a little bit of flip and slide and bump and grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, so, I like that. That's kind of a good direction to take, like to bring it back to more of a basic feel instead of a trying too hard feel. That's basically what the original is. It's trying too hard to be a blues song. It's really not. It's just it's a proof of concept, And if we get rid of that and we act like 40-year-olds doing it, we're gonna do it differently. But how do we do it? That's the question, right?
I don't want to just let's just do it as a 12-bar blues. No, that was the whole point of why we did it that way, right? The chorus is not a blues chorus. It's 4-chord change. It's it's not, so there's that aspect. And it's such a good song. It has a good fucking groove to it. And I don't know. So I'm like hesitant. I have like 5 or 6 ideas. I play them. I don't know. Well, that's something maybe that, we would have to jam that out too one day.
One thing that I was really, really hard pressed to do today was to take your song, excuse me, and cut the lyrics in half. I had a hard time feeling comfortable with that because I didn't want to lose any of the essence of it, and I really, really wanted to pay it respect.
Yeah, you nailed it. What word about
it? I don't know about nailing it. I just know that I wanted to spend time on it to never lose any essence. You take 10 words and you chop them into 4. You got to choose the words really wisely. Yeah. And so I didn't want to scream just because I'm screaming. I wanted to emphasize where a word needed to replace a sentence. And I think the end result was not bad. To be able to say that much in this space with the same kind of words, it's hard, it's different, it's a change, and I get that. So I'm kind of less emotionally involved with Got to Move On to do the same thing, because I don't really care about the original lyrics of Got to Move On, because I wrote them and I know where I can chop. Like I can fucking slice arms off, no problem. Legs,
but there's hardly
arms.
Any lyrics on that one anyway, right?
No, that's the thing. It's all kind of fluff. So I don't feel emotionally invested in those lyrics as much as I do with Hello. What did I chop up today? Love in Your Eyes. So Love in Your Eyes was an emotional investment of magnitude, whereas Got to Move On is just a meh, got this, chop it, whatever. It's a piece of wood this big, piece of wood this big. I don't really care. So I kind of feel compelled to slice the fuck out of it and do the same kind of process as has just happened with Love in Your Eyes. But I don't know. I mean, like, you can't really slow down. Got to Move On. I mean, it's already slow. it's fucking doom 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 doom. What are you gonna do? Boom boom boom.
I want that groove. You know, we could do a slower blues song, but that one I want to keep it in that. You know, there's a way that there's I don't know. It works. That one works in that groove, in that beat. Sorry, but lyrically, what?
Got a letter from my baby.
Yeah,
that's the start. Like it begins the story. I received the message. Got a letter. Got a letter. So you can do that. Down, 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 down. Got a letter. Down, 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 down. She said she's never coming back. I don't know, something like that, where we could at least punch down the lyrics in the first half of every verse line, and the second half can stay full. So
so you got like a counterpoint. Yeah.
It starts off really short and follows up with an explanation.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Because then I could chop the shit out of those lyrics.
But the beat
sounds about a new. Think about
it. Don't break your head. It's like you said. It's a standard, you know.
But the reality for Got to Move On to me is that I remember what a challenge it was for Steve to figure that shit out, and he really he labored over it to make that rhythm work.
Really? Why?
Yeah, to make the tempo change work, he I think he was the catalyst for the rest of us, because I had this fucked up idea, and I was a young, brash bassist singer, and it was kind of towards the end of our writing process. If I remember this right, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was closer to the end of we had the whiteboard already out. You had itemized all the songs, and Got to Move On came towards the end of the process.
I'm not sure, because I remember, again, this is one of the ones when I had the chicken pox.
Oh, okay.
We were still in the first room. We started it in the first room.
Right.
For sure. Because originally it was a blues dirge, and it didn't have that thing in the middle. It was literally
yeah.
It was that. And when I came back, you guys had fucking rocked it up. What the fuck happened to this? And it was like 3 times
right.
that.
And at that point, if I remember right, I was having my major debacle was with Steve to say, you got to get this change from 4/4 to 3/4. You got to get it, because the guys aren't going to get it until you figure it out. And he's sort of like, oh yeah, okay, all right, let's work on it. And there was at least a few nights where we spent the end of the night, if I remember right, where Steve and I would just bang it out.
Oh, okay.
Until one point that Steve said, I got it. I fucking got it. And I remember this kind of feeling of, playing it out. This was the last song of the night for several practices where, okay, we've done all our work, we got the board, check, and okay, got to move on. Oh, fuck, here we go. All right, let's do it. No, hold on. 18 cigarettes, 20 beers, deep breath. Let's do this. Steve sort of helped as much as possible to make it happen. And you guys were eyeballs on me. And I would cue the change with everything in my physical body, like regardless of what I was playing. Yeah. And then we go on to the next. Okay. Like it was a very physical song because.
What part of it is that? What part is that? That goes from 4 to 3. I don't even remember.
It was so there were 2 changes that we had to emote physically, Steve and I, to communicate to you guys live that we were going to go from the change from C to F.
Yeah.
Because there was it was so long. And that's what we're talking about. It's like, it's fucking long. It's a long fucking verse. It goes on. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, now we're changing. So it needs a go, which is annoying. And then at the top of the F change,
the riff, the little
you got to go back to the C. And then at the end of that change, you got to go to the "You're never coming back," which everyone gets. So there's these 2 unexpected changes. Unexpected because even though timing is right, blues-wise, it's boring. It's fucking boring for anyone to listen to. So I basically feel comfortable changing the lyrics a lot. Shorten the shit out of that. Yeah, we'll work on that. I'll see what I can do. I'm pretty comfortable chopping the lyrics on that.
Okay. Basically. I mean, I don't even remember the words all that much, but it's not. This is what? There's 2
That's
words?
the thing. If the lyrics are not memorable, then I was.
No, I mean, okay, there's the opening. There's the got a letter from my baby, said she's never coming back.
That's it.
Never gonna hurt.
That's where it
me.
stops.
No, she hurt me. Wait.
Let's make it more memorable. Let's make it more like impactful. Let's shorten it and impactful. I think it'll be good. So other notes that I picked up from our live broadcast. You're gonna love this. So I took note of the fact that obviously Night to Your Bishop, we thought about doing. You had a brilliant idea of doing a Flanders Fields sort of voiceover to replace the movie vocal, which was cool. Yeah. Loved that. In Breathless, I went on for fucking 20 minutes obnoxiously about slowing it down, doing a major tom, and then you since posted a Facebook video and all that stuff. So there's a whole production going on with that. But I think we need to pop it into BandLab.
That was one of my projects for today. I counted it out the other day at work because when I slow it down and bring it down, it's going to change the way you sing it. So I'm trying to keep it in, have enough time for you to sing. I guess then we'll just fucking cut it. So I got to put it in time.
Then we chop lyrics if necessary, as we're in the business of doing. To chop everything.
So yeah, that one I got something going. I'm gonna try and put it down. What else? But you still want to do it that way, right?
I think so. For now, I think we started that way.
All right.
We'll see what becomes of it. You never know. I'm so open-minded with this stuff, and I mean, I'm very receptive to your ideas. I think that anything that you put forth, it just it gets everybody excited with this new version of it, and we'll see what happens.
And like you said, it's a fucking scratch pad.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is. And then we talked about bridges, which is where it's at. Funked up and more intense.
Oh, I gotta hear this after.
So I have to come up with a new version of that, basically. It was my responsibility. Learning to see. Acoustic version for Enzo. So I have this note of getting a Coldplay influence from Steve. Coldplay. What the fuck is that?
No. Disregard. Just
Disregard.
disregard.
God.
If I remember, at the end of that, when you and Steve dropped off, and me and Jim kept chatting for a while. And
Right.
might not be recorded, but me and Jim kept talking, and we said it. Fuck that! That's not happening. Fuck you. They're not killing. No. Yeah.
So what is your major influence for that?
For what? Learning to see.
Yeah. What do you think? Keep it the same? Change it up?
When I get to it, I have a few ideas for that one. It's basically the same, but as a full band concept, where we could take it into like. You could go either way with that. You could go totally classic rock, right? Which was
Right.
I'm not saying power ballad. It's classic rock. It does have that. You know, like the volume swell that you heard in Lady in the Den, which I was practicing like 10 times to get it right. The note that you made. Got it already. Hello? What?
There it is. The flashlight is effect.
Yeah, fucking the big light bothers me. No, so like learning to see. Because for me, it's haunting. So I don't want to speed it up. I don't want to slow it down. It was good the way it was. We could keep it acoustic, or we could do a full band thing where we would intermittently bring up an electric guitar, bring in drums, take them out. You know, you could do all kinds with that. But the basic guide is what's already there in my head. I have a couple ideas, but again, it always becomes, how do you, like, I got to record it and show you, like, say, okay, this is what I'm thinking of, right? That's all it comes down to.
Right.
But what were you thinking?
Well, I don't have a brain fart for you. Like, I don't have anything to feed you. I know the song so well. I re-recorded it in my own version for Tebow, which was never released. And it was basically a pre-production experiment. Like, it really was an experiment. There was no release intention. I just fucking around with it. So I think I may have rearranged it, like, chord-wise and stuff. But, like, the thing is, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that one.
Let me fool around with it, and then when I get it posted, see what you think. But with the one that you did, what was the biggest difference? It was a full band one, wasn't
it? Well, I did. I had an acoustic guitar, an electric rhythm guitar, keyboard, stand-up bass, violin, and it was a very stripped-down version, which was fun. It was fun, but it was a cover of the original. Let's just be honest. It was a cover of the original. And it was rearranged. There's no doubt about that. So what I'd like to say is that, let's just say that we need to figure out our original version, the new update, the 2018 version, so that I can have rearrangement privilege in your face, so that you can say nah or yeah. You know, that's what I would like. I would like to be able to take it today, 2018, and fuck around with it, so that whatever rearrangement that I present, it's for us, as opposed to for my fucking stripped down stand-up bass and violin. You know, I had an acoustic band. You know.
Hold on a second. Hey, you guys are home. But, fine. It's Bob.
That's you.
Hey, Michael.
What?
Hi, Michael. Hi, Carm.
Hi.
I love you guys.
I love you guys.
Michael, get to bed, you joker. Go to sleep. It's time for dodo.
Good night. No, but it was stripped down. But it could have been more stripped down. Us, we were just 3 acoustic guitars.
Yeah. I don't even know what to expect. Like, I don't want to bring it down. Like, I hate to take any of our songs, especially the old stuff, and say, oh, we have to get together. Like that to me is like the worst thing that I could do to any song, because then it puts it on pause for 6 months.
No, but
I hate that. I don't want to fucking pause anything for 6 months. I want to do shit like yesterday. In shadows of remembrance and regret, living as a martyr and regrets. I've got this very strong version of this song in my head, but I don't know. Do you want to acoustify it and do a couple of tracks in cake, just to see, you know, with the frame of mind of there's going to be drums, there's going to be do the bass acoustic, and you know, same thing I do with everything else. Do you want me to do it?
Sure, why not? If you're up to it, sure. Because then,
of course, I'm absolutely up to it. The only thing that I was adverse to is that I don't want to. I didn't want to like, boom. You guys remember it like this, and I fucked around with it, you know, over a decade and had this version, and then boom, pop that out.
Yeah. So what? Doesn't matter.
When I think about it, the new version that. The new version, the version that Tebow did, it's a fucking good version.
Okay.
As far as chord changes, there's something that happens in the chorus that is fucking cool, that I'm very proud of, that I think you would like. But it's kind of like with Love in Your Eyes. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. You got to listen to it a few times.
Okay, well.
All right. So let me make a note of learning to see acoustic Tebow version with bass.
Yeah, why not? But
Okay.
think of this, okay?
Because I would love to get your honest feedback about that and say, you know what? Fuck you, Tebow. That sucks. I don't like this.
But think of this. Think. I'm gonna give you my notes, okay? It has nothing to do with arranging and anything. It has to do with the instrumentation of where it comes in. So that first verse, the intro, up until where Jim does his little lick there, the Brown Eyed Girl ripoff lick. what I call it. Okay? That's what it is.
Right.
I would have, just keep it in your head. That's where I would come in with the bass. That's where percussion would come in. Not necessarily the full drums, but some sort of accents from the cymbals and maybe rim shots. And then it would build in.
So you remember the verse, the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
A minor, G, D.
A minor, G, D, yes.
I got two verses in a row of A minor, G, D. One back to back, right? And after the second verse, only after the second verse, that's where the first change happens. I hope that you are well so we can smile again. And then we go to this, what I call the pre-chorus. It's the A minor, G, E minor, A minor, C, D. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, it's not A minor. It starts on C. C, G, E minor, A minor, C, D.
Right. Okay. Exactly. So that part, I call that the pre-chorus.
Yes.
Okay. So it only happens for the first time after the second verse.
Yes.
So you got two verses in a row of A minor, G, D, and then this whole pre-chorus.
Right.
Then I went into the chorus.
Right.
Which is B minor, D, and A.
Right.
Right. Land in the sea, it keeps me closer to the light, blah, 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 blah. 4 lines of that. And then the solo. Over what is basically the verse.
The verse.
Solo
the verse. It's the verse.
A minor, G, D.
And then over the pre-chorus also is what we did.
Exactly.
We went over
exactly. Right. So solo over the verse, solo over the pre-chorus, and then chorus.
Yeah, but you did it. You did the chorus, but like the intro. You fingerpicked the chorus by yourself in our version.
Which we fuck around with because it's a full band version. So
right.
We play with that. But let's just say after the solo verse, solo pre-chorus, chorus, vocal.
Right.
So we get a verse after that, and a pre-chorus, another verse, which it starts to get long. That's where we could fuck around with the length. Integrate verse 4 into verse 3 instead, if we want. We'll see.
Do you remember why that happened?
Well,
it's very specific. I don't know. I have to go check. No, it's not on tape. But when you guys wrote it, that one was literally at the end. Because when we went to record it, you and me, it was just you and me most of the time for that song. You and me arranged it at the end. Because it wasn't working. You were having a hard time. Fuck, this doesn't work. So you and me ripped it apart after the solo. Because that last verse, you and me decided to insert it in with the build-up to go back into the chorus. Because we're like, something doesn't match. It doesn't work. And we made it purposely longer. I don't know why, but there is a subtle difference. I think we come out of, because you're expecting the chorus, and we go back to the verse, but it's a full strum or something. It worked when we did it. It was like, and you charged through it. That was when you were sick like a dog. You were fucking hacking up fucking dogs.
I'm always sick like a dog.
I'll never forget it. It was like, Paul, you sure? No, fuck you. Let me finish it. Okay. Go home. No. Okay. But yeah, you and me finished arranging that one. And then we had, okay, Jim, come in and play it. What? And you hear in the background, when I'm recording my part, I'm asking you, what comes next? Fuck. Oh, yeah, okay. And Jim's, we're all like, what comes next? What comes next? It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But
But
did you use?
it's kind of interesting that maybe we should like ditch that last verse. We should like just go right from the verse 3 into the chorus
We could, but
and
I
end
like
it there.
I like the lyrics of that last verse.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you sing it, that whole
Sail away,
yeah.
do not fear, 'cause I am right here by your side.
To me, that's
So-
like the emotional access point of the song, almost. You know, it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you use?
We could actually cut, you know, we could like go all the way to verse 2 and turn verse 3, which only appears after the chorus and after the solo. We could
Yeah.
make verse 3 into verse 2, and after verse 3, which is now verse 4, sail away, do not fear.
Because
Go right into
it
the
transitions
chorus.
nicely. No, but it transitions nicely into the chorus. Because it's not long, the song. And if we do a
No.
full instrumentation on it, we'll have to see. But in your version, did you use Jim's interlude part? That little.
I fucked around with the chord progression.
Okay. So that's it. What is it you were saying that you used, that you did different?
God, I can't remember. I'd actually have to listen to it to know. So I remember being very, very proud of the bridge. I made a bridge, and it was part of the pre-chorus
Okay.
before coming into verse 4, and I did this weird change, and so I'm gonna record it. I'm just gonna record it and put it on BandLab because I think it's worth it. I think it's important. I think you're right, though. What you reminded me of is that the length of the song is not big. It's not a long song.
It's 4 minutes, I think. It's 3
Yeah,
or
it's
4 minutes.
It's pretty short.
Right there.
So I think instead of chopping verses, I think we need to talk about the structure. So here's what I propose: is that because I at the time, whenever it was, 15 years ago, I spent some time on it. Not so much as a young man, but a younger man. And I remember being very fucking proud of it. And at the time that I wrote the bridge, I thought to myself at the time, and I'm sure that we were not on talking terms at that time, I thought to myself, Enzo would fucking love the shit out of this. I can't wait to show him. So I'm having a little epiphany right now. I want to play it for you. I want to put it on BandLab, and we'll do basically a learning to see version 2. And we'll see what you think of it, because there's a couple of chords in there that they're really strange, and the arrangement is different.
Cool.
And it's fun. So I'll tell you what. Let me redo the arrangement as per the Thibaut version, with subtle changes in mind to know that the band is involved. As you know, I'm always mindful of the band. I think I'd like to hear your feedback on it. I would love to hear your criticisms on it, just to see what you think. Okay, so I'm going to put that in my notes. Learning to see guide. That's my job. Gotta make it happen, motherfucker. Learning to see. Because as I have my notes from our live feed, it said acoustic version for ends. Like, you gotta, and then you ditch the Coldplay version, which is fucking hilarious. Because Steve spent like 20 minutes talking about that, which is fucking so funny. All right, so record Thibaut arrangement. You know what? I would love to hear what you think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because as I was recording that, whenever it was, 10 years ago, I remember thinking to myself, God damn it, I wish Enzo could hear this. I distinctly remember that being.
I wasn't that much of a chord guy then yet.
No, I think you need to hear this version of it. All right, so
You need to do this with Steve though too. Didn't he record on this?
no, because we did when I did that Thibaut acoustic at whatever that, like next to Cachette, whatever the fuck it was, Savannah's. We never did that one. Or if we did, we probably did a different version of it.
I remember you played it live with Jim actually. You remember that?
Yeah, at Baccio's. Baccio's pub or whatever the fuck it was. Baccio's Cafe.
Was it there or was it downtown? Was it one of the pubs?
It was Baccio's. I remember he came with
You can ask
hey,
him.
Jimbo.
Fuck
Jim.
That timing.
Jim. Hey,
Gentlemen,
aren't you supposed to be on the
speaker
fucking
off,
stag night?
speaker on, speaker off.
What the hell's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Hang on here. Oh, there. I might be able to hear you now.
Welcome aboard, amigo.
Hey. I wasn't sure if you guys still be on or not.
We're always.
Enzo and I have a propensity for talking too much.
Yeah, I have the same. I've been accused on a number of occasions of having a case of the verbal trot.
That's just because you're Irish.
Yeah, well, that too. My lordy.
The camera's
So, you guys shooting shit about hot dogs and
camera's
Legos? Huh?
We're talking about all kinds of crap.
Your camera is not on.
I see that, yeah.
Hit the cam.
There we go. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
We are live.
So,
I will just
got
warn
no
you
beer.
in advance. We are live.
We are live. Are we
As always.
live and loaded or just loaded live?
Just pretty much loaded.
Pretty much.
Well, for
Good on you.
let me just say, for the record, I love you guys.
It's mutual, man.
Don't
Hey,
fall off.
you want to hear something wild? Okay, here, hang on to your hats, right? And I had a beer this afternoon, and we went out for supper with my brother, and that was about it, right? And then we realized, shit, we left the dog at home, and poor bastard's probably got his legs crossed, going, "You don't love me anymore, they abandoned me." Oh. So anyway, drove home, Anyway, I just got to turn the baby monitor on. So anyway, I'm at my brother's, and we're checking out. He has his electronic drums in the basement, right? So I'm helping like you do for me. I tweak the buttons, and he hits the drums. And so anyway, we play drums, whatever. And as we're talking, he's like, "Well, the beauty is he has the drums plugged into a small Fender guitar amp, right? And that's what he can hear, and just so he can hear him out loud, and it's loud enough, but you can hear hitting when you're hitting the pads and this and that." Yeah. So I'm like, that's kind of annoying. So he's got his nice Shure headphones. We pulled out of the bag and he plugged them in. Sounds great. And headphones. I said, the beauty is you're not annoying anyone. I said, because where he lives, they're townhouses, right? So he's got a neighbor on one side, neighbor on the other side. So he said, yeah, I couldn't have regular drums down here, unless I soundproofed in a big way. I said, even if you soundproof, like this, they're still going to hear you playing drums. He says, well, my neighbor around the corner, I see his drums going in and out all the time. He must go play gigs, and I never hear him. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, we go outside, we go upstairs, we're gonna move on, go in his backyard, he's having a smoke, whatever, blah blah blah. And you go out the back gate, and there's like a little kind of, it's not an alley, it's an access for hydro or whatever. Anyway, and he says, well, I'll show you the kind of little parky thing on the corner. There's a little area, and it's actually nice, really nice. I'd never been there before. So we walk over, stand there. He's like, oh, we can do this, blah, blah, it's quiet, blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, So we're standing, and I see a guy step out the front door of the house on the corner of, like, he's in this row, and then there's another row of townhouses, and there's this little park here. Guy steps out, and I go, that guy looks familiar. He goes, hey, that's the my drummer neighbor. I go, son of a bitch, that's Gilbert Francis. So I'm like, oh, you fucking see it, Gilbert. And he turns around.
No
Hey!
fucking
He's
way.
like, and he's looking at me like, what the
Wow.
fuck? What are you? He goes, it's Feda. I'm like, my brother lives right there. Like literally, he lives on the corner. Then there's the neighbor and my brother.
G.G. Francis. Fucking
G.G.
hilarious.
Francis, that's right. I'm like,
Wow.
so anyway, so we stood around shooting the shit for quite some time. And he's playing at McKibbin's tonight downtown.
Of course.
So
We
anyway,
touch
so we my brother and I take off. We go to go visit his favorite restaurant in
Miami.
Hell's Kitchen. That's right. Anyway, saw some sights over there. It's an anime festival, so everybody and their mother's dressed up like some freak from Japan. Aside from the usual weirdos and freaks in the neighborhood, right? Anyway.
Paul, it's on Sherbrooke or on Hochelaga?
It's on Sherbrooke on the corner of like Saint Germain, right? Hochelaga, Maisonneuve. It's a
fucking freak show. It's hilarious.
It's a freak show at the best of times. Anyway, so
I
we
can
leave
imagine.
there. We head home. Realize I got to take the dog out. So I go, well, we're not going to do a hell lot. So we go back to my brother's place. Standing outside, and at the same time, Annie and Elizabeth, they went out for supper, right, and whatever. So we arrived. So they're out having a smoke, standing in front of his place. So doesn't Jedi come out, and he's got all his shit, and he's waiting. Who pulls up? Zoe pulls up, right? He's picking him up to take him downtown. So I was like, this is fucked up. Anyway, so that's my coinky dink of the day. I need to go buy a lottery ticket, but I didn't. So anyway, and here I am.
It must suck playing in one of those places.
You made it. Good on you, bud.
What's that? Must suck playing in one of those.
When it's 40 degrees outside? Yeah, it must suck.
Well, he was hoping it was going to be a half-decent night, but he's concerned with construction vacation. There's not going to be a soul in town, but, all the kiddies, they don't blow out of town because it's construction vacation, the young people. So downtown's downtown. Out in the West Island or whatever might be a little quieter, but...
So Jim, just before you popped in, me and Paul were talking about the time you played with him. Do you remember where it was?
I played with him at McKibbin's.
It was McGibbons. Me, Paul, it was McGibbons.
Yeah. And
No,
I think Legends once. And there was...
Stay away from there. Oh, the red.
Oh, there you go. See, what sucks, I got dick in my fridge. I didn't. These are empties from last night. God dang. Anyway,
We're going blonde.
yeah, I'm going dry. Anyway, what are you gonna do? I was supposed to be out drinking tonight, so it's okay.
Whatever we can, man.
Well, nothing. I just realized I had to come home and take the dog out before he died. So it's okay. It's all right. We had some good laughs. Yes, good laughs. Played his drums. It was all good. So we're old, man. It's it's okay. The kids had fun at Gramamad. They went in the pool, and their uncle came over and made funny desserts for dessert. And so apparently they had fun swimming in the pool. The little guy put his actual vest on, and he was like,
good.
Like actually you can leave him in the, let him on his own so he's not clawing at your neck, And so my brother-in-law had his GoPro, so apparently we're supposed to get some nice film of the little guy bobbing around in the pool.
Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah, because I haven't seen him yet. He's twice now. He's done it with his vest. He did it in our pool, and he did it at today. But I'm anxious to see that because I've been encouraging him for weeks now. Like, put your vest on, man. You can be in there by yourself. Not like by yourself, but you can paddle around and bob, tread water, whatever. So apparently he's doing it, and that's cool.
So Paul's been on a tear today.
Well, I saw when I was at my brother's, I popped open BandLab because I was explaining the miracle of
Ooh.
the different things that are going on. So we listened to the new lady in the den on my phone. So I mean, it doesn't sound super hot, huh?
No.
So Vadzur, I mean, it I didn't listen to it properly, but when I hear, you know, kind of the electric thing come in, it sounds cool. I mean, I can't really hear it well, but Ken's like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, it sounds good. In the lead, if I didn't know you weren't the lead guitarist, I'd say yeah, you know, like, hey. Huh?
Wow.
No,
Right.
I'm saying this in a good way. It's a compliment. If I didn't know any better.
Okay. So let's just point out that at some point during the epiphany of this new version, Enzo came up with the fucking bam, 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 bam. And like, what? Lady in the Den became a version like of magnitude.
Yeah.
And so we cumulatively decided that we gotta make some space for Jimbo. And we all, I mean, you gotta understand where Enzo was coming from was a place of inspiration. It was a place of, wow, we gotta fucking bump this shit up. And so he wasn't replacing, he was just fucking reacting. He was reacting. And the reaction was good. The reaction was good.
It sounds good. I mean, Steve's drums sound good. You sound good, Paul.
Drums sound like.
But the reaction that Enzo had, he toned it down because he knew there was a space for Jimbo, and he left you clearly. Boom, like get the Jim point right in there.
There's lots of room for triangle and cowbell.
No, listen, there's right now there's 2 electric rhythm guitars, which there won't be in the final mix. Won't be there. You have a shot to do whatever the fuck you want on rhythm. You understand? You can add in.
No. I gotta give it a good proper listen, but I'm not quite sure what you're doing. But whatever it is, in you know,
you're gonna hate me because I'm playing Kiss. How's that?
Hey, if it works, you know, you know what? When I listen to it at a fast pass, like just the impression I got when it kicked in was a mix of like the Tragically Hip and the Black Crowes kind of like.
Yeah, good example, man.
Just cool. The kind of vibe, like. But that was just I only listened to it once, right? And Ken was there, and he was sitting there, he was like,
Hip and Crows, man, very cool.
The only thing we got to do, and that's I have to go this week, and I have to work. I'm sorry, I don't agree. I don't like the sound of Steve's drums right now. I don't.
But you're gonna fix that. You're gonna fix that.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen. I only heard it on my phone, on the little speaker on my phone, so I haven't really given it a proper listen.
You know what?
It sounded good.
It's on the phones. It's not bad. The only thing you lose out is Paul's bass, and when you put your buds in, you're gonna hear that bass. You're gonna freak out because it sounds fucking awesome. That's what you lose out on. With the buds, you hear it. On the other
it's all guide tracks. It's all guide tracks.
Yeah, no. I realize that, but I mean, there's my brother who, like Enzo's sister's, like, no, you guys can't redo this. You can't top it. You can't do better. He said it, and he's listening, and then he hears the electric guitar come in. Fuck me, you know, like, this is like, you know, like, oh, yeah. And then he's listening to your vocal, Paul, like, yeah. You know, it's all kind of, yeah. And he's like, listen, yeah, okay, yeah, it's good, better, yeah. You know, like, so. And I mean, I knew I'd heard you guys talk about it last night, but I was listening to it too. And I mean, I was like, yep, okay, yeah, no, it's cool, it's good. And I wasn't, I mean, on Steve's drums, I was trying to take a listen, but I was busy, you know, listening to my brother's comments. But
Steve's drums were recorded to the acoustic way it was done before. I dropped the electric after, so he's got to redo them anyway, because it doesn't, for me, it doesn't suit it anymore.
Right.
It's got to be a little bit dirty, a little raunchy.
I mean, he did say that he changed it a bit, but he didn't change it substantially, I don't think.
No.
So I guess, yeah, look, you're right.
There's 5 tracks that I remember. And the thing is that Steve had a hard time uploading individual tracks in the same project. So that's a problem, which Enzo you're gonna deal with.
I'll show him. I mean, I haven't had any issues with download and upload, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. I gotta see.
Well, it might be something the setting on his computer, the way maybe he doesn't have enough bandwidth where he's doing it as.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I go there.
Enzo's gonna sort that out. But
Yeah,
I'm
not worried.
It's just it's BandLab. It's a BandLab thing. I'm not worried about it at all. It's just
exactly.
the thing is like one track that really made the difference was that Steve uploaded the final mix or the overall mix of all of his drums together.
Yeah, that's good.
So it kind of had kick and it kind of had snare and it kind of had overhead or whatever and toms. So it sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's. I want to listen with my headphones, but I was just on that, the little crappy speaker on my phone in my brother's basement. Was like, damn, that sounds pretty good. So it was cool.
You
And
know what?
I didn't listen to anything else.
You know what? No, okay, because all right. So
No, because I saw it was a Sunday morning musings and Tebow 143 or whatever the hell it is. I haven't listened to anything yet.
That's just two. He did another two. Paul today rewrote "Love in Your Eyes."
No shit.
Yeah.
Busy man.
Hot diggy dog.
He managed to drop Bridges in there too, which I haven't listened to either yet. So he's been
shit.
fine.
And here I was all excited that I played my little caca thing last night after I got off of you guys. I was headed out the door and I was looking at the guitar and like, fuck this. I gotta play a little more. Like I didn't really play all week. So I sat down and I started playing my usual drivel, like kind of the same thing. And then I just did something a little different. I'm like, I better record this shit because I won't remember it. And so I recorded it and while I was making it up sort of thing. And I thought, let me post this. And the problem is I'm never sure. Last time I posted something and it didn't take, so I had to repost it. So I was glad to see that the thing actually put itself up there. Huh?
It's there.
Yeah, no. So I went.
All 7.5 minutes of it is there.
Well, the intent wasn't to drone on as long. But once I was playing, I kind of wasn't paying attention to the phone or the recording. I was just trying to hash out something.
My favorite part of all of that was at the very end. When I watched it all the way through to the end, was you were playing, and you said, "Okay, time to go to bed."
Yeah, well,
you were done.
I realized
like you were tired. Like, fuck, I'm just so fed up.
I realized that I wasn't coming up with anything different or new now. I was just kind of I realized I'd milked as much out of whatever I was gonna do. So I'm like, yeah, okay, boop, and that was it. But,
it was a genuine moment. It was a pure Jim moment. Like, go to bed. Okay, gotta go get click.
Well, at least they didn't do it on Looney Tunes speed this time. That really pissed me off. I had an idea, I recorded it, and then I pushed play. It took 10 seconds. Like, what the hell? And I can't do anything with that now. It's gone. Fini, bye-bye. Anyway.
Hey, Paul, the other one, what did you call it? 143? Why 143?
So I went back, Jim, to catch you up. I went back after our last episode last night, and there was a moment in our last broadcast that we said, Paul, you got to go back and remember what you said about doing Bridges. I'm like, fuck, I have no idea what the hell I said. I must have been smashed. I was wasted. So today, I spent a good portion of today listening to a lot of the footage of our live broadcasts. And it took a long time because it's fucking extensive. So there's a lot of footage. There's hours and hours and hours of footage. So I found the fucking episode where we're talking about it's Enzo who has a list. He's got like the fucking right. It's a piece of paper, right? And he's showing it. All right. So we're talking about fucking, this song. We all blah blah blah. We talk about and we go on in detail. So I had to find the episode that I talked about bridges because I had no idea what I said because I was too wasted. I don't fucking remember what the hell did I say I was gonna do. So I found it.
It was
Did it.
an hour and 43 minutes that you found it? Episode.
Wow. It took me like 3 hours to find the fucking episode and the branch of that episode. Anyway, so I did it. And I posted Bridges online. And also posted a new version of Love in Your Eyes, which was hard. Because Love in Your Eyes to me is basically, it's an Enzo opus.
Enzo Opus, yes.
I didn't want to fuck with the Enzo opus unless I did it credit. So, in my mind, I did it credit, but the chord is out.
Well,
So it's up to you guys.
We'll give it a listen.
It's cool. It's not, Jim. It's not what it was. It's totally different, but it's really good.
Well, the beauty is, like I said to my brother about like Lady in the Den, we got the way we did it, and we got the way we're going to do it, or what it may become, and that's okay, because things evolve, and the original was good, and the new one may be better, but more importantly, it's different. It's morphed. We're different. We're different people, so it's okay. So if you got the original Love in Your Eyes, the Enzo Opus, but now we got the Paul, whatever the hell, we don't know yet. Like, it may be the next best thing since sliced cheese, and it doesn't mean the old one's no longer valid or good or whatever, right? It's different. We can make a third one. Who the hell knows? Steve will come up and he'll play the skin flute and solo and whatever, and, it'll be whatever it'll be. So who knows? So I'm anxious to hear it. I want to listen. I got to listen to all this stuff, and I got to put the headphones in and really give it a good listen. But I'm anxious to hear it. Yeah,
Good.
I bet it is. We don't do any bad shit, in my opinion.
So when I do stuff like this, and I kind of fuck around with a version of something that is literally 2 decades old, I kind of hope that I get some honest feedback, right? So that people can say, because you got to be able to, you guys have to be able to say no, or no, that was good, but in the second chorus, not good, or the bridge sucks, or whatever. Like, you got to be able to say that's not so hot.
I think I think we're bold enough and we're comfortable enough to be able to speak freely. Like, if you really think it blows, we're gonna tell you, Paul. But I suspect it ain't gonna blow. Is it the next level? I don't know. It'll be different, maybe, but that's okay. So anyway, but we'll be honest. Why shouldn't we be honest, right?
I told them, change this part because it sucked in the original, and you're just repeating something that sucked. So change it. And now,
which I did on the spot. So the version you could listen to, Jim, is reflective of Enzo's immediate repercussion.
All right.
And then the other thing that we're probably gonna, once you hear it, it's easier. We're gonna arrange the ending, because the ending right now, he's not sure. There's like 4 different chord changes going, so we're gonna pick one and stick with one kind of deal, and then there's the actual solo where that we didn't get into because you play it faster, but I think you should keep it at the same tempo.
All right.
You strum it, Paul. I think it should stay, because it's
Have a listen
to us all, right?
Well,
See what you think.
I mean, I know it's an opus in the sense that, I mean, it is, what's it, 7-8 minutes? The original, like.
Oh no, it's 4.5, 5.
Yeah, no, but what we had, and I mean, it had its sections, right? And we had a breakdown, and we got all of us going, all this, there was like, I mean, a lot of shit in there, right? We got 12 pounds in a 10-pound bag, right? Like, big time. but it's good feces, right? So we stuffed a lot into that song. I think it all works. The end, I mean, is like it's a lot of musical masturbation here. Like it fits and it sounds good, but I mean, we could fade that much earlier, right? I mean, there's not an important piece there. Like it's us having fun, like playing it out. Like it's like all the pieces, and then it's kind of like an explosion of like we got to get it the rest of out of our system kind of thing at the end of the song, in the context of what we're doing. I think that's the way I feel. That's the way it kind of goes. It's this. It's like it's not that it's anticlimactic up there. There's different parts, and then you get there, and it just kind of so. But it doesn't have to for 4 minutes. It can be different. So I want to listen to what Paul did and see where it goes. Because you did say there are parts there that kind of like make you a little bonkers, and they have for 25 years. So
yeah, but what you're gonna hear is totally different.
Hey, totally look, totally different. I mean, when we do stuff, things go totally different. Look at this, my stupid D thing. I've been playing for a month now, and went from here to like. It's not the same thing, right? I mean, and when I showed my brother BandLab, the thing that I put on the first night we loaded up BandLab, and Paul dropped a little melody on top of it. My brother's listening to it. He's like, that's cool. I go, yeah, that's cool. I don't remember what the hell I was playing because it's morphed like 16 times over. So I got to go back and try and learn what I did.
Yeah.
Assuming it's worth, salvaging the guitar part.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I know, I know, but the point is that things change, and that's okay. Things change for the better. I think they morph. So. Well,
when I heard it, I told Paul, I go, this is the hardest song for me to step away from. I wrote the song when I was fucking 17.
On toilet paper, no less, right?
Whatever. I wrote this. This is my first oh, this is a good song, and I agonized over it for 10 years before I gave it to the Soulmasons. Whatever,
yes.
Right?
Well, it's maybe not the first song, because that first song you ever did was, what was that other one there?
Clocks.
What?
Clocks.
Clocks. Not
Clocks. Coldplay. Clocks.
Yeah. Okay, no. The one we used to play in your garage that I wanted to kill you every time you wanted to play it.
Hard rock one.
The rock one there.
Fuck you, that's a good song.
Oh, balls, stick in your...
you know what? I'm going to slip that one in on BandLab. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, blow it out your ditty bag. Fucking drive me nuts. What is it? What's the line?
Got my mojo by my side? Is it down?
Well, okay, that, I mean, everybody and their mother stole that, but the rest of it, it's just like the cheese level is off the charts, man. It was like, oh my God.
Fuck you.
Anyway, I think that was your first endeavor, and then Love in Your Eyes was a good endeavor like that. Anyway, I'm bugging you a bit, but fuck, it drove me nuts, that song.
But no, is that the one that we ended up recording with Alan and your brother?
Yeah, Fumble Nuts there in your garage, your dad's garage.
That fucking song is awesome, you jackass.
Anyway. Well,
anyway, fuck you.
I perish the fact that I brought it up, but anyway, and God forbid, leave it buried wherever the hell it is.
Fuck you. I know exactly where it is.
I know you do. That's the problem. Hey, all the fucking skeletons are buried.
It was called, at one point, it was called Devil's Darlings or Snake Charmer Lady or something.
I think you tried to rebrand it under that, but it had some other, like, I'm telling you, man, it was fucking,
Little Darling.
It was the real stinky feet cheese.
To keep me up at night. Cheese, I don't know, some shit.
It was, Eds, it was like so, it was a Quiet Riot formula.
Yeah!
Driven.
Yeah!
Like, oh my God, but it wasn't at at their level of I don't know, and I'm not giving them a lot of credit here, but it was kind of like, come on, it was like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it was like a string of cliches. Like you found all of them and you stuffed 12 into a 10-pound bag. Big time.
Come on, feel the noise.
Yeah.
Girls, rock your boys.
But hey, that's not Quiet Riot. That's Slade.
Well,
Right.
Paul's singing it like Quiet Riot, though, right?
Yeah, but Slade wrote the song.
Yeah. What the hell's that other song by Slade? That's
Run Away.
Runaway. Yeah. Slade. Yeah.
So,
I heard.
when you get a chance, Jim, check out what I did to Enzo's Opus.
Opus. Yes, I will check out Enzo's Opus. A la Paul 2018.
It's worth checking out.
Cool.
I tried working on it tonight. I'm pissed off with the 12 string, and then I was trying to do something on electric. And yeah, I gotta go back. I was trying to rush it, so as usual, Paul's rhythm, the way he plays specific, and I'm that cunt hair off, son of a bitch.
Well, the thing is, in BandLab, of course, I put the right tempo on the click track. So
Yeah, but I brought it down. Paul, I will not do fuck all in BandLab. I brought a cakewalk right away. Put it up.
adjust your volumes,
Yeah.
download appropriately, but yeah, it's there in the right tempo. Lady in the Dead, Love in Your Eyes and Bridges reworked.
And Paul's going to be going after Learning to See and what else are we saying?
Well, I got a couple other projects. What am I doing next?
Well,
I got the other two. I got to post the other three. I got three. I got Breathless. I got Take It As It Comes. And I got Regarding Time. Those are the three that I got this week.
Right. So there's also, I have to redo the Knight to Your Bishop sound effects, but it begs the question: who's gonna do the guide track for Knight to Your Bishop?
Paul, I'm going to use the old one. I'm gonna dump the old one in there.
Yeah, but there's no tempo track on that.
I know, but there's a count in. There's an actual count in. Steve hits the sticks. 1, 2, 3, and we go. Let it. We could fake.
I think we need to re-record that sucker, man.
I don't know.
Well,
we could.
What if we try using the original as a guide track and see how it goes? If it's not passing muster, well then we redo it. But if we don't necessarily have to, and could we not play it along as the song in, for example, BandLab, and just put a click on it along with it?
No, because probably if you sit down and listen to it,
I know if you're twat hair off, but
we wander. I'm sure we wander, which I don't mind. I don't care. I really don't care that we wander. It's organic.
Cakewalk cares.
But it makes it that much harder to fucking do anything.
Well, if we wander and if we play along with it, but we stay on time, I mean, it's not going to make a difference, right? Like when we do it, assuming Steve, like say on that one, we just get Steve to play with it.
I got it. Don't worry. Knight to Your Bishop.
Alrighty.
Breathless. It's on Enzo.
Yes.
Slower.
Yeah.
Major Tom.
Yes.
On a click.
Yes. I haven't decided what time yet, though. I've been fooling around with it. I'm not sure yet.
Take It As It Comes.
Enzo.
I got that already.
So I did see your little you slept 3 hours and you look like you just stuck your doink into a fucking socket there for a moment, got your 220 watt hairdo going, and so you laid out and I rewrote this lyric and I'm like, okay, Like I was waiting for fireworks and a drum roll, and
No,
you
the
didn't
lyric.
change. Like you were up. Like it was like you spent the last 6 hours coming up with like that.
No. That's
So
a
what-
reminder for Paul. That's
Is
just
that
a
all that
reminder.
was? All this fucking build up to remind Paul?
Yeah,
Send him
but
a
Pretty
text,
much.
you dumbass.
Pretty much.
Jesus.
I also posted something in Band Lab. Go listen to it. You're gonna laugh. It's
All right.
it's called "I Can't Quit Your Blues."
I can't quit your blues.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
But you got to share it with Soulmasons, though.
what?
You got to share it as the band, Soulmasons.
It's there, Soulmasons. Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah. Yes. I think so. Is it there?
No.
There's a lot of. I saw like I got like I don't know
Oh.
how many goddamn notifications from BandLab because for some reason well it's because I'm signed out of BandLab most of the time, right? So it goes I think to my Gmail account, which half the time I'm signed out of just because otherwise it's bling ding, you know.
Okay,
Like,
wait a second.
a
No,
different-
I gotta go look.
so I saw there was a whole shitload of stuff in there. Like I'm like, holy Christ, man! What are you guys adding? Like every 30 seconds, something revision?
There's Bridges, Love in Your Eyes, 143, my brand new one, Lady in the Den, Sunday Morning Muse,
Right.
Here and Now, Minor D Funk from Ends, and Half Baked Open D from Jim. That's it.
And Mickey's Mozart, which we can flesh, right? That's all 4 notes of it.
It's coming in.
It's coming in.
All right. So Enzo's about to share. Fire it up, buddy.
Is it there?
Whoa.
Oh, I can't quit your blues. There we go. God damn.
Give
Why
it
didn't
a-
you share that fucking last week? I would have been on it this weekend,
No,
motherfucker.
this is a rough idea. It's not tempoed. It's not nothing. I just want you guys to hear it and laugh.
Well, that's what it said. It's a whole idea. Like, just listen and.
Listen to it, because then this is how I want to go into Got to Move On.
Somehow I was just gonna say, is this your?
No,
Better not be that goddamn
No.
riff ends.
it's hello. What's it called? I Can't Quit Your Blues. I Can't Quit You, Baby, and Your Blues. Those two songs.
Yes. All right. Well, I was gonna ask when I was listening to the title. I was kind of
And it has a very
parsing
special
them.
sound that comes in that somebody has to use. Paul, can you play it on your iPad?
I'm getting there.
And it's only 2 tracks, so there's you don't have to go into editor. Garbage.
Taking a minute. In the meantime, cheers, you motherfuckers.
Take it
Cheers.
easy. Your fucking liver's gonna hop out for fucking. Come here.
Can you see my liver in my mouth?
What the hell? God damn, it's like a bomb hit this joint.
What?
You work for JT.
Yeah, fucking JT. Fuckers, he's been on vacation for 2 weeks.
Slacker.
Slacker, yeah. Tell me, he's vacation in BC as far as I know. That's what his itinerary says every day. Today he's in BC, personal. BC, personal. So that means he's doing out in the
Good
woods
for
there.
him. Take a fucking page from his book, you numbnut.
I know. Well, I plan to this week. I won't be in BC. I'll be in, maybe BC, behind La Casa.
Behind closed bars.
Maybe I'll show up with the little one.
Maybe, yeah. That's, what I'm, like, tomorrow, some point, and tomorrow night I got to polish off some shit, and I got a call on Wednesday morning. But other than that, I'm hoping to, like, really fucking clock out, because my colleague, my partner in crime in Calgary, she's about 4'0" tall, weighs about 80 pounds, and she'll fucking kill me. I'm afraid of her. So, yeah, she threatened me. She threatened to talk to Genevieve. Genevieve threatened me to talk. She was going to talk to her. Like, they're really squeezing me here. So I better fucking pony up and shut off my fucking.
I warned you. You have to turn it off at a certain point.
Yeah, I know. And there I got.
There it is.
So anyway, so I mentioned to Ken because he's off this week and he's getting ready for next weekend. But he said, "Oh, maybe we'll come down or whatever one day." I said, "Yeah, more the merrier. Like whether we're here, we go over to the lake. My parents' construction vacation. So I don't know if there'll be a lot of people, but we went last Saturday of last weekend, and there was like, pardon me, the parking lot's full, but it's all boat trailers. But the beach, there's nobody, man. It was awesome." Awesome. And the water in the lake is like ridiculously warm.
Of course, after this shit.
And so it was really, really nice.
¿Qué pasa? What's wrong?
Just gonna punch it.
Pow! In the meantime, drink. Yeah! Drink the beer until the iPad catches you.
I gotta tell you,
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a wizard in a cave.
I saw him on Hochelaga Street tonight.
He was waiting for the song to upload, and it took forever. But when the song finally uploaded, the live feed was blessed with the ability to understand how incredible Jim's solo work was appreciated.
Wait till he's got to go
Blah,
look at this
blah,
nugget.
blah, blah, blah. And so the story goes.
Fuck it, I'll do it. Did he just fall off the porch?
It could be. Anyway, going for a leak.
And so,
so, by the way, where's our friend Stefano tonight? He had
Said something. He had something to do.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. That's what I mentioned. It's something to do when he's nondescript.
And so the story goes.
Blah
Blah blah blah blah
blah blah. Is it still loading, Paul? That's unbelievable. This BandLab shit's worse than like friggin' a tape drive on a VIC 20 back in the 80s.
Where the fuck is the goddamn song?
So what the hell are you doing?
I'm loading it. Okay, Paul, get out. I got it.
I quit your blues. I got it.
Okay, you got it.
What? Polly drunky boozy. All right. It's loaded.
Oops. It ain't doing shit no more.
It's a good time for me to go to bed.
I think so. Yeah, I think you should go, boy.
Yes. Before you end up sleeping on the porch or worse.
I'm already sleeping there.
All right, man. Go crash. All right?
Cheers, amigos.
Live long and prosper.
I've been teaching my daughters for the past few weeks the quick version of this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hold on, Dada. Hold on. I got it. Boom.
Yeah.
Nail it. When in doubt, hang out to Soulmasons.
There you go.
There you go. A good crowd.
Damn good crowd. I got nothing on video, guys. Make it happen. So, good night.
Good night, buddy.
Sleep well.
Try my best. I've been watching the old videos to catch up on where we're at with the songs, and I realize I talk way too much. What a fucking obnoxious bastard I am. So, in future episodes, you can expect less talking.
No, we want more. Go to bed.
We'll let Steve do all the talking.
Oh, joy.
If we do that, there will be no talking.
Yeah.
Go. Close the phone, pick up the iPad, and go inside.
No, I love these awkward moments.
They're not awkward. They're dramatic pauses.
Okay.
That's what we call them.
Fucking hell.
Hans, what the hell are you doing? Looking for criminals and vigilantes?
Oh, it's actually cool.
It is cool. It's humid outside, but it's cool, and it's a beautiful sky. Mind you, you got a big ass light on you.
Well,
I was out taking a dog for a squirt, or I was watching Shooting Stars, and yeah, it was nice. And the bugs are not too bad, so that's always pleasant. You're afraid you get carried away by the fucking deer flies. But yeah, dog was busy sniffing, hear the crickets, watching the stars.
Hey, Jim, what time is it next Saturday, by the way?
Ken said, this is in Ken's world, right? Early, come around 2-ish. Maybe have a ceremony that's going to last 20 minutes-ish at around 3-ish. And then we scoff-ish for...
Well, which one did you find?
Two tracks, right?
That sounds nasty. You hear that sound?
Are you playing through the sun?
Pretty much.
What the fuck do you got going? A tin whistle? You caught a leprechaun and got him to play lead for you?
Okay.
That's awesome. So tell me now. I hear that you're blues there, and I got blisters on my anus, or whatever, and I hear it, but I get a mix of
in B minor.
I got War Pigs meets Joan Jett, and your blues. So I'm not getting the Zeppelin.
The Zeppelin is the A sharp off the A. When it transitions, it's a 12-bar blues. When it goes to A, I slide up to the A sharp, like
okay.
I can see. That's all it is.
Because there's some stuff in there that you pilfered sort of from other.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, no, but your own stuff. Like there's that turnaround right after a little bit. I mean, that's something that you've. Anyway, I'd have to point it out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Go. Bye-bye now.
Yes.
Okay. Get lost.
Good night.
Hey, do a gym. Hang ya.
No, I don't know. If I do it, maybe you'll hear it better. Fuck, man, just go listen to it.
Yeah, I will. No, it sounds fine. But I can hear on that, like, that sounds like, to me, a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of loose, garage bandish. And War Pigs in a kind of,
it's a total blues riff, Jim. It's a total.
Well, yeah, but
blues.
I mean, War Pigs and just kind of like, but it's got that kind of.
And what I try and explain in it, but I don't do a good job because I'm fucking. I don't know what I was thinking. It ends on an E7, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is just keep that E7 feeding, and then Steve pulls one of those and we go into Got to Move On in B, not in C.
Okay.
Okay? So the way we go into it now would be bow, 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 punches, not the stupid way we're going now.
Right. Yeah.
You know? But that's if we actually want to work on that song. But I still want to do that beginning for Got to Move On. That song to me was just like, it's a nasty blues riff. That's all it is.
Well,
the ending is cool. I string together, talk about kitchen sink. I string together 4 different end riffs over like 12 bars.
It to me, like I say, when I say kind of War Pigs, because it kind of has that I don't know, like I can hear Steve, not like the down out.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, it's got that kind of sound with what the hell are they called? The garage band. Like it's got this loose, open kind of feel. Like it's and I can hear Steve just kind of like very loose and open.
Yeah.
Kind of sloshing hi-hats.
The your blues influences. Okay, now think of your blues. You know what John's doing, right? You know what George is doing.
He's playing slide, no?
No, he's doing something totally different. Those all those weird little phrasings he does.
Okay.
He's not playing lead. He's doing phrasings after John's doing the big chords, right? The big E chord, bong, bong, bong. But George is doing those weird bends. And that's what I was thinking for you, to play something totally different than what I'm playing, to be like in between whatever is sung and whatever I play. So it's like atonally, so it's like the whole thing is like a weird.
Right. Well, then that's sort of what I mean in the sense of it's got a War Pigs tone, but it's got this expansive kind of like, it's got a lot of open negative space. Like like it's not like dense rhythm.
No. It's very. And I even put too much because I was trying to the timing, but even that, I hear it in my head that it's the bass that goes there. It's just the guitar. Boom, 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 you know, with the little lick. But the sound you heard, I don't know how clear you heard it. No, it's the sun. The rhythm sound is the regular light Marshall sound that I have. It's the same sound. Oh, no, sorry. I was using the blue sound with a little bit of delay. Sorry. The lead sound, that fucked up lead that you heard, that's fuzz.
It's what?
Fuzz.
Fuzz. Fuzz on the Cyber Twin.
Fuzz. Like the Hendrix fuzz.
Yeah.
But a little bit more,
yeah.
a little fuzzier, maybe.
Well, but I'll go
to-
listen to it. But I thought it sounded cool, and because it's not. It's obviously there's structure, but it's like an open structure where, as you say, we can have something playing counter with it, but it kind of like it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's like putting a fucking cat in a pillowcase kind of thing, like like it's gonna punch, like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's the way I sort of visualize the way the sound is going. And so, like, to what you said is, it's playing, and then the bass, there's chords that are punctuated by the bass that's really carrying it, and then there's another guitar doing stuff. And in my mind, I have zero idea what Paul's doing, like, in terms of vocal.
This would be a song yet, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it may not be. It may just, like, I don't know. Was that about the length of it, do you think? And then it goes into Got to Move On. Is it like a really very like a big time intro for Got to Move On?
We could do 2 verses. That's it. Remember when Paul was saying, let's do one that you play everything once? That's basically what I did.
Okay.
A verse, the solo. Oh, no, sorry. The verse, the chorus, the solo, the chorus, and the ending. And that was it. Literally, it's 2 minutes. Literally.
And you know what? That's okay. And then, I mean, it goes into Got to Move On.
Anyway,
I'll give it a proper listen and then see where it goes. I mean, but I started listening to it, and I thought, like, to me, it was. That's why I say War Pigs meets like a garage band. Like, I want to say, not Are You Gonna Go My Way? By that band Jet there. They did they were the first kind of garage band revival shit. Are You Gonna Go? Will You Be My Girl or something? Remember?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
But just not that it sounds like that. It doesn't. But in a kind of loose kind of way, it all comes together like that, and that's what it struck me as. So, but yeah, I have to listen to it. What I need to do, I got my earbuds here, whatever, but eventually I got to get a set of speakers for in here, like you guys have, like when I set up the bell and whatever, so I can listen.
You're going to need headphones. You're going to need good headphones when you record.
Well, I listened to Ken's that he has today that he got with his drum set. They're a set of Shure headphones. Like, they're $125. And they sound like, I put them on. I mean, I'm just listening to his drums. I wasn't listening to something else, but they're probably fucking good headphones. Like, they seem to be pretty damn good headphones. I don't upstairs I have my wireless headphones, like, for the TV. They're good headphones, but I can't like kind of bring them up and down. They don't have because you have a bass, and then you can only run it into certain stuff. So the good headphones, they're
Bluetooth.
I don't know what the hell they are, but the bass.
They're Bluetooth. They run off your phone.
I don't think they're. I don't know. But you gotta be in proximity to the bass, I believe.
Okay,
like the stand. And
you don't want that for when you're recording anyway.
Well, no, I don't think so.
Listen, the ones I got were about that. They're about $90, $100. They're half decent. They're not bad. Sometimes I'm like, was it worth it? My closed back ones, the ones that no sound comes out, that's what it is. So like that, your microphone doesn't pick up what you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
For that, they're amazing. The sound is not great, but totally isolated. But you, if I remember, like to play with one off.
Yeah, but well, I want to hear a little bit. I think, most of the time I want to, but I think like my brothers today, I had it off a little bit, and I don't think that would bleed into the mics or anything.
No, if it's loud enough.
Depends how loud it is, right? But what brand are yours? Did you buy them online, like before trying them or anything, or?
What brand are they? Very good question.
Like, because a lot of the stuff you ordered it through Diplomat, but did
some
you
of it
try
was
it out over there.
Diplomat. And they're probably one of them is AKGs. Could it be his AKGs also, or is it? Fuck, I don't remember. I'll have to go look. Paul was asking me what my mics are. I couldn't fucking remember what my mics are. Tebow Vision is still on. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Well, he probably passed out in the hallway or something, or
Well, he didn't fall down the stairs.
No, he's hurt himself. So yeah, anyway, I gotta get myself set up here. Maybe this week I gotta clean up this office is crazy. So, because I want to set up. Eventually when I get the other computer, because I got my AKG. Okay.
This is the open back, which is for mixing, which has a better sound quality, and my closed backs are also AKGs. So there you go.
Okay, so you bought 2 sets for different purposes.
Yep. But
I don't need
it. No. For you, the way you do it, I would go with open backs. I don't think even closed backs. I don't think it makes a difference. But you can try them out. Jim, don't go spend fucking $200 on headphones.
No. My ears aren't that good, so
just get whatever, man. Don't fucking go crazy.
Yeah. So.
Boy. I gotta turn that off. So, anyway, what time is it?
It's 1:45.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed. I wanted to fucking record tonight. I was supposed to record all fucking day, and I had Connor up my ass all day.
Yeah, I saw your message there, driving you a little nuts with the.
No, he was good. It's just that.
No, but he's coming. He's coming back and forth. He wants stuff, and
exactly. Here's yours.
Was that 58?
Yeah.
Who's got the? Are you using the Beringers, or is that what's at the studio with Steve?
2 of them. Steve has 2 of them. Apparently, he says they're not worth it.
Oh, fuck him.
I got these fuckers that I'm having.
They're free, You can't complain about free.
I think there's another 2 here, though.
Well, what I don't understand is I bought 2 of those Beringers, and I bought them, I think, because Brad said he bought them and they were okay, and they're like a regular 58. They're not 58s, but for singing backup or whatever.
Yeah, they're fine.
So I bought 2. I don't remember why I bought exactly 2. I think we needed 2, and everybody in the band was too fucking cheap to do anything there. So I went and bought them.
Yeah, so that's it.
I'm guessing if we have a third one,
I think we have 4.
4?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why we got 2. The other 2.
We got 2 old ones and 2 new ones, and I got the 2.
Yeah, 2 new ones are the ones I get. I brought the cases, or they're here, whatever.
Yeah, no, the cases are here, I think.
Okay, so the other 2, I'm guessing they got to be Brad's. They probably came out of that green bag with the magic wires, and we never found. So they turned into 2 mics from 2 wires. I got no idea.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, unless somebody's claiming them, they're ours now. So, but if they aren't worth a pinch of blowfish shit.
For miking your cab, go with this. And I'm intrigued to see this. I'm impressed with what Paul's getting out of his bass head. So if you have a preamp up, what the fuck? Why not use it?
Well, I intend to. It doesn't cost any more to bring in the 2 tracks at once, right?
No.
Unless I want to do 2 different mics, one on the speaker, one further out, or some shit.
No.
I don't know.
No.
So.
No. I don't do.
I'm not.
I don't double mic the cab. I could give a fuck. You just stick it in the fucking cone and go. Your room is not big enough to make it. Well, mind you, if you moved your shit out into your basement, it would make a difference. In your room, it ain't gonna make a difference.
No, I was gonna say, and I mean, if I put it out there, I mean, right now, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference because there's so much fucking crap out there.
No, I don't. No,
I mean, I got more reverb in here than I probably got out there because there's so much garbage. Boxes
yeah, remember, you have a cement floor. You have a cement floor and an open ceiling. So, yes, it's still going to make a difference. But do I want that sound? No.
Well, I don't know.
You know?
I like the reverb that's on my amp. You know, I don't need the
exactly
the homemade shit out in the
exactly. Just you know, we're gonna have to...
I don't play with a lot of reverb on my amp. Like, I don't even know if I have any on for a long time. I didn't put any on at all. It's just dry.
Exactly.
So,
that's the best way to record it. And then you apply reverb as you need it in your mix. That's all.
Yeah. So,
unless you know that, hey, on this lead, I want this reverb. You do it. I don't care. I don't worry.
I'm not worried either. I just need to get to it. But,
you just need to start playing. That's all.
Yeah. Well, that's. I gotta tell you. I mean, I played after I did the thing on the acoustic. I played. I didn't plug in or anything, but I played in the Les Paul for I don't know, another 10 minutes or whatever. And I mean, I hadn't played a whole hell of a lot this week, other than the one night there where I played for 10 minutes when I was going to bed before I left the office here. But that open D, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of fun, you know. It just it changes, you know, the mindset of, you know, I'm not being productive in terms of trying to practice or play the songs, or, you know, because I haven't hooked myself up to be able to record anything yet. So doing that, it just, you know, it kind of changes the mindset.
When you listen to the stuff, because you don't have any speakers down there, right?
No, other than playing it through my laptop.
So what I could
do is what I've thought of doing, and I just haven't done it, is to take the stereo from upstairs, because we never use it upstairs in the living room. I set it all up, and we never use it. So if I bring it down here and set it up somewhere, I mean, I don't have a hell of a lot of room in here, but set it up with speakers, and I plug, you know, I set it up so I got an auxiliary, you know, I send it to the auxiliary in on the stereo, then I can play it through the stereo, right? The stereo you gave me years ago, the Kenwood.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, that's, so, I mean, because it's upstairs collecting dust. It's all plugged in, hooked up, but I mean, we just, once in a while, Ian's like, Daddy, can we play CDs on the CD, you know, on the CD? Yeah, okay. The other guy wouldn't know. The other guy comes down here and he plays with the CD boxes because they got pictures on them. He looks at them. He wouldn't know it's a fucking CD. He doesn't, you know, he's never going to know, you know, oh, it's that old vinyl? No, son, that's a CD. No, you know.
CD, yeah.
I heard about this vinyl shit. You know, that's the other crap on the shelf over there. So, but that's one option. And I'm anxious to
I have a set of computer speakers that I don't use anymore. I could always give you those.
Well, there's that, because I mean, the only other thing that I have is, and Ken got it for me. I'd asked for Christmas for like for the computer to listen to stuff, is this little.
Oh yeah, those wireless speakers. Yeah.
Yeah, a little Bluetooth, and it sounds pretty good. But it's a little unpredictable in terms of, I don't know how long. I don't use it as much as. Oh, Polly's back.
Go to bed.
What are you doing?
Go to bed. Good night.
You're nuts.
Paul's frozen. Paul left. Paul, turn off TiVo Vision. He's good. We're listening to Bridges.
Wanna below me, dirty water waits
let's see.
How do you hear it? You're good?
I don't hear shit.
You hear it good?
Yeah, I hear it now.
I hear my voice calling me. I have learned
Something,
that I stand up on my own feet. No more pressure on the lines, so baby. If I lie, I listen closely and hear the voices up above. I don't know. River the lonely, tell you what awaits.
I just love the way he sings. I just fucking love it.
I remember the day my blood ran cold, crossing through chains in my dreams, My voice is calling me. I love, I gotta stand on my own feet. No more pressures or the lies of building me. The light is so closely.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'll have to give it a try. I'm not sure if I'm getting the sound quite right there, but sound pretty cool. So yeah, so anyway, this little speaker thing is
No, that's good for listening to stuff. You can't play for that.
no, but I can't, like, it doesn't, the volumes are a little screwy and it's Bluetooth, right? So I don't know, it doesn't come on properly.
I see love in your eyes like a fire. I taste heaven on your lips. See your passion. Oh, I'm spellbound by your kiss. By your kiss. Your
So,
Mm-hmm.
told you it's totally different. It'll grow on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted to listen to it, like I'm listening to it secondhand through my phone, through,
Yes,
not direct.
exactly.
Yeah.
Totally different. It's
First
totally
time I listened to Badlands, I didn't necessarily like it, right? Grew on me.
his singing and then the lyrics and his singing is point. It's on point. It's amazing. It's up to us to turn it into something a little different, but I can live with it. I can live with it because, like you said, the old one's there. It's something else, and I can always release that as something else. So I'll it's not that I.
Well, mind you, if we think that there's something that can be constructively, improved upon, like we think, like, is it? I don't know. What I gotta listen to it, but like you said, he wants honest feedback. It's not just like, well, Paul, you sang it, so it's got to be great, No, or you rejigged it. If it's good, it's good. If there's something where it's iffy, we tell him, and you never know, he might come up with who knows, or we provide him with an idea that drives him to do something. So
Well, let's say I'm going to be putting stuff down on it anyway. That time frame.
Seriously, what is that? A fucking tin whistle effect? What is that?
What?
I hear fucking dogs running for miles around. So this you're playing on your tobacco Strat, right?
My tobacco.
Well, you got a tobacco Sunburst Strat.
No, that was the cherry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what pickups are you playing?
For that rhythm, it's the second position, the humbucker with the middle.
The mid. Okay. So
And
it's out
for
of
the
phase.
And for the lead, it was the bridge. It was the fuzz with the bridge goes cuckoo with the I'm sorry, with the neck. The fuzz with the neck pickup goes bananas for some reason. All the burden.
Because I was gonna say, like, it sounded very kind of bell like single coils, and that's why. Because I know that your tobacco Strat has straight single coils, right?
No, I gotta adjust.
But it does sound like it's at the bridge, so that's why I was asking.
No, so yeah, it's the cherry, and even what you heard of Lady in the Den there, that's the cherry Strat again, the humbucker and the middle coil going to give it almost that country vibe.
Yeah, no. I mean, anyway, I gotta listen to it properly, but I gotta tell you, I heard it kick in, I was like, oh yeah, and my, like I'm telling you, my brother's fucking face is just like, what? So I'm like, huh? The hell is this? And he's like, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's his exact word. Yeah. And I'm like,
wow, that's amazing.
He's back.
Live feed.
They're like fucking herpes, Paul.
I know. The live feed is closing. You guys can keep chatting.
We were wondering why it's been on all this time.
Because of respect. It's respect.
Yeah, that's good. We thought it was Big Brother. Yeah.
Night.
Yes. Ciao.
Fucking nut job. Yeah, no, I was when I did it because